Hi, welcome to the world of colors. I'm Colors. Today we're going to be making the girl graduation gnome, and she's right over here with the boy graduation gnome. This is what they look like. They're really cute, easy to make. This is a great gift idea. This is how they look. So I have the supplies in front of me. A couple things I made ahead of time that I already have shown you how to make, but most of the things are right here that we're going to make today. I've got the hat that came from Party City, and then I made a little bouquet for her to hold, and we got this at this lanyard at Dollar Tree, and I'm using that to make the diploma, to make the numbers on the diploma. So we'll be using that, and we'll be using this woman's black 5 by 9 inch sock for her body, and then we'll be using a couple of the 7-inch rollers that you get 6 in a package at Dollar Tree. And then as far as the felt that we need, we'll need a 4 by 8 inch white piece of felt for the diploma, and then a 4 by 7 inch peacock piece of fleece that's going to be the insert. This girl graduation gnome will have a little bit different colors than this one here. And then so we need the peacock insert for her gown. And then for her gown, it's going to be 7 inches by 15 inches, a red gown. And then for the cuffs around the sleeves, you'll need 2 1/4 inch by 5 inch pieces of red felt for around her sleeves. And then for the cords, we need 2 1/4 inch by 7 inch pieces of yellow fleece for the cords. And then for the nose and the hands, we're using pink felt. So you'll need 3 7 by 7 inch pieces of the pink felt for that. For the arms, we're going to use this striped sock by Juncture that I got at Dollar Tree. You'll need 2 of those. And then for the shoes, I made those ahead of time. You can find out how to make the shoes on my shoe video or from my last video where I show how to make this graduation gnome boy. So either place you can find for the shoe video. I'll link the last video that I did and showed how to make the shoe videos, the shoes for the graduation gnomes on the description box. And then I wanted to tell you that when I made the shoes, you use the 2 pots of gold that I get at St. Patrick's Day from the Dollar Tree. You want to use 2 of those pots, so you'll have to have those. You can also get those on Amazon because this isn't the time of year to get them at Dollar Tree. You want to use the jewel border if you want to make them exactly like I did, and some of the jeweled stickers. These are all from Dollar Tree. And then I used the kids size 1 through 7 socks on the shoes. There was a solid pair of hot pink ones in here, and I used those. So that's the materials that I used to make the shoes. And you can go to my shoe video and find out how to do that. And then we're going to need 2 1 inch by 4 inch pieces of the faux fur for the front hair on here, and then 2 4 by 5 pieces of the faux fur in the brown for the back ponytails. And blush to blush out the nose and hands, and your glue sticks, your scissors, and your comb. And that should be about it. So I'll be right back in a minute and we'll start this project. First thing that we want to do is take that lady's the woman's sock, size 5 through 9, a black one. They're not going to be able to see this once she's done. So you just want to take the black sock and put some marbles in the bottom. There's marbles in the shoes and marbles in the bottom of the sock. Like that. And then fill it up to 8 inches tall with the polyester fiber fill. So I'm going to do mine to 8 inches and I'll be right back with you. I've got my body made up to 8 inches. Measured from the rubber band down to the bottom is 8 inches. And if you do that, that's pretty much filling up that woman's sock. You know, you pretty much get to the top of it and you're at 8 inches. So the next thing we want to do is to make the arms. So you take the juncture striped socks or any woman's sock that you want to use. These are kind of small gnomes, so use the woman's socks that you find in there. I use the flowered one on this one. I'm using the striped one on this one. And of course the colors of the gown and everything, you want to go by school to school, the different colors of your graduates. And so I'm going to go ahead and make the second arm. I made the first arm already, and I'm going to show you how I made this first arm. You want to take your sock. We're going to use this the top of the sock as the cuff that's going to go around the hand. So this is going to be the hand area, and we're going to take our 7-inch roller that we got at Dollar Tree and just lay that on there and use that to measure with. And you want to cut a little bit longer than that roller, and then we won't be using the bottom of the sock for this project. So then you want to take and put some polyester fiber fill in your piece of sock here. You don't want to fill it up real full. You don't want it to look real muscly. Kind of want to spread it out in there. And then you just want to tunnel down, make a tunnel in the middle of your polyester fiber fill and put your roller in there. And smooth it all out again. And then we'll take a rubber band and we'll fasten it down here. I'll fasten it down here at this end. This is the end that will be glued to the body. And then I've already got the hands made up. I'll show you how to make the hands when I make the nose in a minute. That's exactly how I make the hands, how I make the nose. Grabbing out that extra fiber fill from the hand area so it's nice and clean in there to glue the hand in. So we'll just put the glue on the top of the hand and around the sides. And you just want to put it right on top of the roller there and hold the cuff area around and let that set up. I'll be right back with you. So what you want to do is take your pink piece of, or red piece of felt that is 1/4 inch by 5 inches long. You should have 2 of them. I have 1 left because I've already made the first arm. And we want to glue that around the wrist. It's going to be a little long so we can cut off the extra. like that. And then we're gonna just go ahead and bend our arm. Like, keep that seam of the wrist down. And we want to blush out that hand. I did it already on the other arm. So we have our two arms ready, but I always like to glue on the nose first before I do the arms. So then we're going to make the nose. The nose is made the same way as I made the hands. We're going to use a 7 by 7 inch piece of pink felt. And then we're going to put how big we want the nose to be in polyester fiber fill. And roll that up. Put that right in the middle of your 7 by 7 inch piece of felt. Push it up with your thumb, like that. And then take your rubber band and just make a tight nose, like that. And then you want to take your scissors and cut it off, not too close to the rubber band because you don't want to pop it. It'll pop. Like that. And that's exactly how you make your hand as well. And then we're going to take it and go ahead and glue it on. You just want to put the glue on the top of the back of the top of the nose, the stub of the nose, and put it right on there like that on the stub. You want to let that sit up for a few minutes, so I'll be right back with you. So the next thing we want to do, we have the nose set up on there, is we want to put the insert. And this is the piece that when her gown is open like that, you can see her dress coming out of her gown there. So this is the color of her dress. So you want to take her 4 inch by 7 inch piece of peacock fleece. Well, that had a hard time coming off. And just take it to the bottom and bring it up and fold it underneath the nose like that. We want it to come right to the bottom because that's how the gown is going to be. And then just tack it up there. I don't want anything on the nose. I'll tack it right here in the middle, and I'm going to leave this loose down here at the bottom in case I want to trim it up to be even with the robe. So I'll leave it like that will be good. So the next thing we want to do is put the arms on, and I might trim the roller off a little bit. I want to have enough room to put the arms on the back of that stub. So I don't want anything extra that I don't necessarily need. This is pretty close. Just pop it off with your craft scissors. And then put some glue right there on the rubber band. And you want to put it halfway across on the back of the stub and just hold it there halfway across. And then I'll go ahead and hold this, and then I'll glue on the other one, and I'll be right back with you. I've got the arms set up pretty much, and I want to make sure I blush out the nose. It just looks cuter when you do that. So that's done. Now we want to do the gown. So you want to take out your 15" by 7" piece of red felt, or whatever color you're using, and just fold that down in half. And then fold it in half again. And then we'll want to cut out a circle of how much you think it'll take to get over this nose and shoulder area there. So it's usually about between a half dollar and a quarter size that you cut out here. About like that. And we'll just put this over the top. And it fits good. It fits just right. So I'm going to take it back off, and I'm going to glue it on the sides so that the seams don't show. The seams will show, but they won't show like they're inside out. So we'll just get the corners together like that, and take it about like that. I'm going to let that set up for a minute. I'll be right back with you. So I've got it set up, the seams dry, and I'm going to turn it the right side out. We have our little gown here. I'm going to go ahead and cut down the middle of the gown right now. This is the front of the gown. And then we're going to go ahead and put it on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put it through the arms first. Get that stub up out of there. Okay, I think we're going to have to trim the insert piece and then tack that down a little bit. I'll just trim that a little bit. I'm not trying to make it even with the gown. I'm going to trim this, I'm going to glue this inset piece a little bit more. Tack down the gown. After I put the shoes on, I'll decide whether I want to leave this insert piece this long or if I want to cut it up even with the gown. I'm going to wait and decide that in a few minutes. So we've got that like that. And then I was going to go ahead and put the hair on. I've got one of the back ponytails done. It's going to look like that. So I'm going to make the other one right now with you. So you want to take out your 4 by 5 inch piece of brown fur. We're going to make it look like this one that I've already made earlier. So you want to take that and just run your glue bead right along the edge to get it started, and just turn it in. And we're just going to keep doing that all the way across. See, my graduate that I have this year, my girl graduate, is a brunette. So she'll be getting this gnome. Like one more time. I'm moving it. I don't want it to glue onto the paper. And then we're going to put a rubber band on it. This will be good. Then I used the border trim from Dollar Tree on this one. That was real cute on the end of her ponytails. And I'm going to use it again right now. So you just want to take off a piece of the border trim. And wrap it around the end of the ponytail. Got a lot of glue on my hands. Wrap it around the end of the ponytail like that. And is what you want to do is glue the end of that because it doesn't stay stuck if you don't. So glue the end of that. So I'll do the border on this other ponytail. I wanted to make mention again that I'm using a low temperature glue gun on the rubber bands and stuff. When you wonder if your rubber bands are popping and you're wondering about it, it might be because I use a low temperature glue gun. This is a Gorilla glue gun. They're orange, and it has a high and low setting on it, and I always use the low setting. The high setting is for more, that's we're using like paper and plastic and stuff like that. The high temperature is more for glass and things like of that nature. So you just want to use the low setting for making gnomes, and you can buy these glue guns, these mini glue guns, at Walmart, and also you can order them on Amazon, and they're not very expensive. So you got the two ponytails for the back, and then we have the two pieces for the front, which I'm not going to do anything to. I just cut them. You have the two 1" by 4" pieces for the front, like that. So we'll get the hair glued on, and then we'll glue on the hat. What we want to do is go ahead and glue a couple of pieces in the front like this. Like that. And then we want to glue our ponytails in the back. I'm going to glue them a little over 1 inch on down the from the top down. I'm going to let that set up, and I'm going to do the other one on the other side, and I'll be right back with you. I've got the back of the ponytails glued on. As you can see, they turned out really cute. And then I started to glue the hat on the front because it takes a few minutes to set that up good before you want to work with it. I don't like it to keep coming back off on us, so I just glued it right on the front of the top of the nose here with about a 1" strip of glue, and then just set it on there. And then on the back, you want to glue it on top of each of the ponytails. So we're just going to put some glue on there, kind of tip it this way so it doesn't, and we're going to set the hat right in that, and then set it back up so it can kind of drip down into the hat and set that up. So I'll be right back with you. The thing that we want to do is put on the shoes. So you want to get your shoes, and then what we're going to do is put glue all the way around the tops of them. I made the shoes to stand out because I know that's always a big issue. What shoes are they going to wear with their gown? So I made special fancy shoes. Okay, so now what we want to do is stretch out the bottom a little bit. and just set her right down on top of the shoes. See if I can get either where you can see. Set it right down on top of the shoes like that. And then just press down and hold that for a few minutes so it can set up. I'll be right back with you. So the next thing we want to do is go ahead and put her cords on. So you want to take the two 1/4 inch by 7 inch pieces of yellow fleece. And we're going to glue these underneath the hair pieces here. We'll go underneath the hair pieces. I'll trim those a little bit at the bottom. What I did was, I'm going to trim them just a little bit. And then what I did was, I fringed them up a little bit at the bottom and just cut up the fleece a little bit like that. Make them look a little bit more like cords. Just like that. So the next thing we want to do is make the diploma. So you want to take your white felt, your 4 inch by 8 inch piece of white felt. We're going to roll that up. Just keep it as tight as you can. Like that, like this. Put a little glue on the end. And then we cut this piece here from our lanyard from the Dollar Tree. Just cut out this piece from it. And we're going to glue that on the middle. Well, that's not supposed to happen. I'm going to cut this end off a little bit here. And then what we want to do is go ahead and glue it to the top of this hand and glue it right into this hand like that. That leaves a place for the flowers to go right here. So we're going to go ahead and do the top piece first. I'm going to let that set up, and then I'm going to glue it to here. And then I'll be back with you to do the flowers. So we got the diploma all glued on. And the last thing we want to do is go ahead and put on the little bouquet that I made, I just took some miscellaneous flowers, taped them together with some masking tape, and then I put a piece of white felt on them to make a little bouquet. So I'll put those right in here. We're going to glue them right in there. Put some glue on there and go ahead and glue them right in her arm here, like that. And that's the rest of how you do her. She turned out really cute. That's the back. So if you like this video, make sure to like. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe.